Welcome back. We're Just One Adventure, and today we're going to show you what Jeff did wrong.
It started off as a day of just some simple maintenance around the RV. I was going out to check the Anode rod to see if I needed to order one, see what the condition was, and everything went wrong from there.
Everything and anything went wrong. So we're going to show you that and show you the correct way he should have done it. So let's roll that intro and let's get started. The first step in servicing your hot water tank is to make sure that your hot water tank is turned off, both electric and propane. So we're going to turn that off, and then we're going to run the faucet until all of the hot water is out of the tank and cold water is running.
So now we're going to move to the outside, and your first step is to turn the water supply off. Once you've turned your water supply off to your trailer, it's time to relieve the pressure. I just come out to my outdoor shower and relieve the pressure here. So here's where things started going wrong, and you really want to pay attention here. The seal along the base of the hot water tank between the sidewall and the tank itself had broke loose. Had about a 1/16 inch gap along here, and water started pouring in and filling the basement once I pulled the Anode rod. I didn't realize it until much later in this whole process that my basement was filling full of water here. Had several gallons of water. It was a big mess. Had to remove everything, clean everything out, dry everything. I didn't video that because it was a little embarrassing at the time. So this is all sealed up now. Went along with some silicone, got it all sealed up. And now you're going to want to remove your Anode rod. Mine takes an 1 1/16 socket. So you need a socket and a ratchet or whatever tools you might need to get in there and do it. Now that you've got your Anode rod loosened, go ahead and pull it out. The hot water has been already drained from the tank, so shouldn't be any problem of getting burnt, but realize you're going to have your capacity of your hot water tank. All that water is going to come back out at you here. To get it to flow better and come out quicker, go ahead and pull the pressure relief valve. Flip that up. Here's the Anode rod we pulled out, and as you can see, this one needs replaced. It's designed to pull that corrosion and minerals and stuff towards the Anode rod and save the internal components of your hot water tank. We've been traveling Southern California and Arizona for about 4 months now, and we've discovered some really poor water quality. At times it was just stinking coming out of the faucet. So we've upgraded our water system to a double filtration system and also a water softener. We also have some water test strips to test the water softness, and this thing is really making a difference. So it should make a huge difference in your hot water tank lasting longer and less corrosion inside of it.
This is where things got worse.
Yeah, like Nima said, things got worse. Once I pulled the Anode rod out, I realized there was a lot of debris coming out, a lot of corrosion, and you could just stick your finger in there and just like, oh man, there was a ton of corrosion in there. Not having the proper tool, I just grabbed the garden hose spray head and I hooked it to the hose, and I proceeded to just stick it in there kind of and go back and forth, and I was getting all kinds of debris out of there. But that's where I went wrong. So by using the spray head, what went wrong is I was pushing water directly back, and at the back side of the hot water tank directly back is the water fill, the cold water fill, and there is a check valve on that cold water fill. And I was pushing the water back, and it was going back into that check valve. And with all that water going back there was carrying debris. So that debris was going in past the check valve and then settling against the check valve. Once I went to refill the system, I realized that no water was filling into the hot water tank. I had the anode rod in, I had the bleed valve open up here, and the tank was not filling. Now we're going to show you the problem and how to fix it. Alright, here we are. Got the access panels out, and I believe it's going to be our cold water check valve down at the bottom here. So, I guess we're going to pull that out. First, we're going to need to drain what did fill back into there. And I almost wonder if we just pull this off, if there's a bunch of debris sitting on this side of the check valve or something that can't come through. So, let's check it out and find out. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, there's the problem. Okay. Alright, I'm going to bring you in here for a close-up. Hopefully you can see all this, but look at the debris here on the floor, and that is what's coming back out after I did my flush. And so I'm sure that's what's plugging this thing up. The cold water will not fill into the tank. RV life. So, oh no, look at that. Look at what's coming. This came out of the pipe there. What I need to do is I need to run this out that door there, turn on the cold water, and flush this out, because that debris has come back up here from me doing that flush. Huh. Guess I'm learning the hard way a little bit here. I'm going to run this outside. This is our cold water feed to our hot water tank. I'm going to turn the cold water on and hopefully push any debris that's in there out, and then we'll come back and deal with this hot water tank itself a little bit, make sure there's no more debris here at the check valve, and hopefully that does it. Alright, I do travel with a smaller, like 110 air compressor that a contractor would use for just a small air nailer or something like that. So I have air available, so I'm just going to go ahead and see if I can get this cleaned out. A little bit of air, maybe. Let's see. Oh, I can hear it flowing. Let's turn on some cold water, and we're going to let that run out the bottom here, hopefully. Turn on the water supply. And look at that. I think we're getting our water flow back. Here's the tool I should have used to rinse out the hot water tank. Now I have one that I got off of Amazon, and I'll just show you how to do it. And there is still some debris left in here. I can feel it in the bottom of the tank just by sticking my finger in there. While you're doing this cleaning procedure, I can tell you exactly what not to do. You never want to push water straight back where this anode rod is, because that is where the cold water fill check valve is, and that's where we had the problem. Another tip is, while you're doing this process of cleaning out the tank, leave your pressure relief valve open. This way, as you're spraying in there, pressure does not build and push the water back into the cold water check valve. Depending on how much debris is in your tank, this process could take quite a while. I'd say possibly up to a half an hour. Of course, now you're going to want to put your thread sealant tape on your anode rod threads. Okay, once you have your thread sealant tape on, it should look something like this. Obviously, you can see the difference. Now that you've installed your anode rod, it's time to fill the tank. And here's the procedure that I use. I go ahead and leave the pressure relief valve open and turn on the water supply. Alright, now that the tank's full, it's going to come out your check or pressure relief valve. Go ahead and close that up. Your tank's full, and now it's time to turn on the electric or gas, get your hot water tank hot. Now that your tank is full and your hot water tank is heating up, it's time to verify there's no leaks. I would just check your pressure relief valve here and also check the seal around your anode rod. Also bleed the system, run the hot and cold water inside the coach and make sure there's no air bubbles, and you're ready to go. We really hope this video helps you not make the same mistakes I made. Like I said, I just went out to do some simple maintenance and check some things, and things started going wrong, and some of it I didn't even realize. Hopefully this really helps you out.
Yeah, if you guys have some stories of your own, of mishaps or things gone wrong, let us know. We'd love to share so other people don't make the same mistakes. We really appreciate you watching. Please subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.